I've purchased some pretty fucked up houses over the years, but we just picked up the keys to our latest deal. I'm going to show you all exactly how fucked up this house is. So welcome to Lewarra Street in Port Kembla. So this is our latest deal that we picked up for $755,000. Yes, that's right, for almost a cool $1 million, this thing could have been yours. Not that you'd really want to, because all of that top section there is asbestos as well as the roof. And the bottom half here we've just discovered is actually plywood. So that's going to save us a little bit in fees for getting rid of that shit. But essentially what we're going to be doing is gutting this entire house, rewiring it. This wall here will be knocked out to make this into your lounge room. So all that wall there is going to be going, and that'll open up to flow straight into the kitchen. We'll reinstate the old fireplace just to make it as like a feature, but also keeping just this little section of wall so that you can have a place to put your TV or maybe put some artwork or back the lounge onto it, funneling through into the second bedroom. So now, just for context, the guy that lived here just moved out today, and this is where he was living. This was his bedroom. So we're just trying to air it out with some fans. You can see the mold, the asbestos, the crap. The window, literally, I had to jimmy that bar open just to get the window open to get some oxygen into here, try to start killing all these mold spores, but all of this has got to be ripped out. So everything's coming down, carpets are going up. Good news about that is the fact that we do have some nice timber floors underneath. So we're going to be polishing those, fix them all up, make them look a bit better. Stepping into the kitchen. Yes, this is an active living kitchen. And no, I'm not talking about the food, I'm talking about the cockroaches and other crap that's going to be living in here. But all this essentially is going to get ripped up, all the floor gone. That wall, as we said, will be gone. And this wall here, we're still deciding on. This wall is load bearing because it's where the changes pitches for the back roof. So as you can see, there's a skillion roof here opposed to the 3-meter high ceilings that we got in here. So there is load on this wall. So we're just working out whether it's worth us punching in there to go into the sunroom on the other side, or we're just going to leave it and make it work and maybe sink the kitchen back into the room to give it a bit more space. So this is the third bedroom. Obviously we're going to be doing built-in wardrobes in every bedroom, which will probably go along this side, inside of this room. Tidy up and all new blinds, fix the windows. Honestly, we're not sure yet if we're going to have to replace all the windows. We may not. We're just going to assess it as we go and make the call. All new doors, all new fix out. Now, this is actually used to be an external. So this used to be the back of the house, which is why the roof goes like this and why there's external cladding up on the top here. And you'll see it steps down. So we're actually going to bring this up before we moved into the bathroom. So bathroom's going to be completely gutted. Yes, this is the bathroom the guy was using and has lived in his entire life. That is the toilet he was using this morning. So essentially all this is going to be gutted. And what we will then do is we just have an open square set here. We will put a separate toilet here with a door. So it'll just be a little powder room essentially with a toilet. And then there'll be another door, possibly a cavity slider that'll slide like this, and you'll step into the new bathroom. So we'll have vanity, shower, toilet. We got to work around with it yet, so we're still not 100% sure on the layout of this bathroom, but we will be changing it up to make it a bit more functional, a bit more livable, because we are going to be reselling this house once it's done, possibly to a first home buyer or whoever wants it. So next we go into what is classed as the sunroom. It will now become the laundry. So we're going to have this door here will just be replaced and be a wider 820 door. There will be essentially benchtop running in across here, and then we're going to work out whether we're going to sink the kitchen back into this room and then do a butler's pantry across the whole back here. So that way they've also got more storage, kitchen sent back in to make that room seem larger, and then they'll have a brand new laundry here that will look out over into the backyard. So as we step down out into the backyard, all that there is going. So just imagine that's all going to get ripped down, outhouse, and we'll put a little storage lock-up shed so they do have some sort of garage storage. And all this stuff will be dug up when we do the driveway. But here is the reason why we actually bought the block itself. So this block here is 690 square meters. And this is where we're going to be doing the subdivision and doing a brand new build. So driveway will come down around the side and you'll pull in around here. And essentially imagine that clothesline's not there, all that lantana, everything else is going. We're going to be building a 2-story McDonald Jones home out here in the backyard, which will have views all the way down the coast, see ocean views, we'll go to the steelworks, you'll be able to see everything there. So all in all, on this disgusting home, we're going to be spending about $150,000 to $170,000 on the renovation. There's also a little bit of pier work underneath that we're going to have to do, knock out some piers and replace them to sort of fix the underside of the house. All new complete plumbing, all new wiring, because it's going to be copper insulate inside the roof, rewire a whole new meter board, put in ceiling fans, just make it comfortable for whoever decides to buy this, which will more than likely be a first home buyer. But then we'll do the rear build and we will keep the rear house. So essentially the money and profit from this deal isn't actually in this house at all. We will either break even or take a slight loss on doing this front home, but we get a free block of land. So that right there is where all the money is, and in that build, so we'll do $650,000 to $700,000 on the build, including subdivision fees, driveways, landscaping, stormwater. We're going to encase the sewer, stormwater retention pits, and that's where our money is. So we're projecting that we'll make about $500,000 to $600,000 off that Beck build, but no, we are not going to sell it. We will refinance that and pull it out for the next deal, and we'll keep that one inside of our portfolio, but we will sell this one to get all the cash out that we are spending on fixing this piece of shit. So we're in for a wild ride, that's for sure.